Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 22 here in the pristine, untouched wilderness of the Calmlands. Just get the stuff yourself. Now, this is where we're going to have a problem. These two tractors are going to run into each other. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to switch over to this one. And I'm going to just bring him over to the side. Like this. Just there on the edge of the field. We'll let that lime spreader come in. How much has he got left? He's got 800 left in that lime spreader, so he should be good to turn round at least and then start down going the other way. And run right up the hill there. It's a little tiny bit, but such an insignificant amount that it doesn't matter. Now, where was I? Oh, I see where I drove out. I can see the marks where I drove out. That's good. So if I go back over here, there's the line where I drove out. I'm just going to go pretty much back to exactly where I was on that one. And there can be no confusion. You will go up there, and that one is on the last pass. We only need that one pass there, and this one there you can see. That's how much we've got to do there. You, however, are about to run out. Not quite enough to finish the field. I'm going to fill this one all the way back up again to do this last little bit. We will have a full tank to do this, and yeah, I think that'll be the best. So I'll bring you over there and lower you down and refill. Now, I notice that we've now got 3 bags that we've just about emptied out completely. You can't select which bag you use for this, and that is slightly frustrating. So now we've got 3 bags that have just had a little tiny bit taken out of, each and every one of them. So it is a little bit annoying there. I did already cover that bit, so I don't need to worry about the missing piece just there. All I actually need to do is whiz down over this side, turn around here, and go. Right. Something that I would love to see in this game is the ability for a fertilizer spreader to broadcast seed, because that's not something that we have, and I feel that we should have. I've seen fertilizer spreaders being used to spread seed more than once, actually. I've seen that several times. It's not an unusual thing for... I mean, these days it's much less common because farmers these days have the precision drills, and they will leave tram lines in the field so then they can go over with the sprayers. I mean, you don't have tram lines so much in the US. It's more of a European thing. I believe you do in some places. It's just not something that you see anywhere near as much as you do here in Europe. Right, I'm going to load from there. And I'm not going to load any more into that one. I'm going to leave it at that. And then I'm going to take those bags, and we're going to put them over undercover. And then I've got to put this one undercover as well. So it's a little bit of a shame that we've got those bags kind of... well, actually, yeah. We'd only be able to get rid of one more of them, so it's not like we've got loads and loads of them. So what I'll do here is if I unload all of these bags and then reload them, it'll make them a bit tidier like that. And then I can bring them over this way. And all you got to do is... we just want to run down here in a straight line like this. This is why I wanted to move the thingy right there. The front loader. I wanted to move it out the way. And now if I press U, I've then got the bit on the ground that tells me where things are going to go. And all I got to do is the right-hand control button. And then I can just move this along a little bit. So I can put it a bit further undercover like that. And then I press I and I unload them there. Excellent. Right, they're all there undercover. I'm hoping that I will be able to reach them. The 4 bags of seed are on the inside. whereas the other bags are on the outside. I'm not sure if that's going to be a good thing or a bad thing. It's a little bit steep going up that hill. It's causing that trailer just to twist in round slightly further than I would have liked. That's why we had to shunt. So I'll bring the trailer back down here. Like that. And I'll unhitch that one there. And then I'm going to get the fertilizer spreader here. And yeah, I'm actually thinking that we could put that in the garage. I mean, I've got this big shed here, but I kind of like having the space to be able to move in and out of that shed a little bit easier. I've also got the seed drill. Actually, you know what? We'll put this one in here. The seed drill can go in front, because this one doesn't have to come out very often, so this one can just be tucked at the back of the shed without any problem whatsoever. Now I want to go back there, like that. Unhitch that one there. And well, I'm pretty much done with this one for a minute. We will need to go and do cultivating and planting and stuff next month, but we're not quite ready to do that yet, and this one has got a little bit of planting still to go. So while he's doing that, blocked by an object. I'm not an object, I'm a person. Right here. Eggs, we have 1,238 pieces. I believe it goes to 1,400 pieces. Now, it's March at the moment, and we've got rid of the needs lime on there. That's excellent. So we've just got the needs rolling on here. It's the only need that is left on it, and that we will do tomorrow after we've done the planting. We'll go over with the cultivator first. Then it'll be planted, and then it'll have the rolling done afterwards, and that'll give us all of the boosts that we can possibly get out of it. I think that's going to be quite good. So we want to go to the eggs in here. 868 at the moment. June is when they really start to take off. Now, at the moment, we're heading down to the lowest possible price down here. So I don't want to be selling any eggs just yet. We want to allow that to come back up again. I also want to have a look in the chickens. Just see what we're doing. So we're 2,700 on food capacity. That's fine, actually. I'm quite happy with that. I think that's quite good. I like that. You can go up to... Let's go to 10 times speed right there. I think that's going to work out just fine there as well. So for the land that we own... Now, I'm wondering about this tree right here. It has been pointed out that cutting down one of these trees... and just using the chainsaw mod to chop that tree down and then not do anything with it, I'm wasting an awful lot of money. Now, I actually think that that tree there should be removed, because I think it does interfere with the field work. However, I'm also thinking of building a fence right the way around this field, which is going to be closer to the edge than what that tree will. I don't know whether I should chop it down or not. I don't know about that. The reason I would like to test with one of these trees. I've been told that I'm wasting a lot of money by chopping these trees off the way that I am, and just like decimating them with a chainsaw instead of actually properly taking them to the sawmill. And I have been informed that I'm wasting a lot of money doing that because they're worth quite a bit. And so therefore I should be using said money to generate profit. Now, that tree there, that is actually off on neighboring land. That one is. What about you? You are very much borderline, so we're going to cut this one down. Now, one of the reasons I've been told that we had trouble with the stumps before is because I was cutting them really low, and apparently the chainsaw mod does struggle with small stumps. So I'm going to cut that one off there, like that. And then I'm going to turn it over like this. Actually, we're going to just clean this one up first. There we go. We'll clean that one all the way down there like that. And this is 10.8 meters, is 125 kilos. So I can carry that one as it is. So let's just pick that one up. Move that one over there. 10.8 meters. That's a... Yeah, I think that's all right to carry through as it is. So there's this one here. Now, I need to just press and hold the Alt button to be able to do anything with it. Oh, no, I can just do it like that. Just mouse over it. Let's get rid of that one. Right. The stump has gone. So, is it worth the effort of having one of these and taking it to the sawmill? We're going to bring it down over here, and the sawmill is not actually very far away from us, so we're going to toss it in over the fence, and we're going to do it this way. If I can hang on to the thing. Right. There's our sawmill. So let's run down here. And down here. Like this. And then chuck it over the fence. I can't actually jump over the fence. I'm too unfit. I'm too unfit and unhealthy to properly jump over the fence. So we'll do it like that, shall we? And we can bring this one here and take it over onto this bit. And we'll see how much money we get as to whether or not it is worth all the effort of bringing them up here in order to sell them. 186 euros. I chopped down probably 10 of those trees so far. So that would have been 1,860. Just under 2,000 euros that I have tossed away. That is a fair slice of money, considering. So in future, maybe we will cut them down carefully. I still maintain that with these small trees, we can just remove the stump straight away. We're not going to have to worry about doing that with a stump grinder. We'll just use the chainsaw mod and we will dispose of them like that. Because it's such a small stump, you could dig it out with hand tools. These little trees here, it would take you at most an hour to dig out the stump of this with an axe and a shovel, and just then sling it onto a fire or something like that. Maybe if it was a bit tough going and there were a few stones in there as well, because you don't use your best axe for doing that. You use an old axe, so it's slightly blunt, but you need to use an axe for it unless you're digging a long way out. Maybe 2 hours, work instead of one, but yeah, it doesn't take a lot to remove a stump like that. And I speak from experience there. I do actually know what I'm talking about with that one. That is, I think, a little tiny patch that hasn't been planted. Let's have a look. So I'm going to go up here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit, and then I'm going to go... Well, maybe not. That's as zoomed in as we can get, and it doesn't look like it's missing any part of the field right there. Remove the needs rolling, and it's not going to show anything at the moment. Start you up. Well, I think we've done a pretty good job there. That is all planted. That's all ready to go. So we want to whiz back up here. Now, the next crop that we are planting is oats. That's going in here. We're putting oat in here. So the first thing that we're going to want to do is we're going to want to refill this bad boy so that one is ready. We will be able to do that. We'll do that now, actually. We'll refill it, and then he's going to be ready to go. We'll use the other tractor to get started on doing the cultivating. And then we'll also be able to use the other tractor to do the rolling once we've done the cultivating. As soon as the cultivating is finished, we can then go through and start rolling as well. Now, I bring you back to there. This is the only problem. These bags are on the wrong side, so I bring you back that far. There, it's just gotten close enough to reach the trigger point for the bags that are behind the bags of lime. They're the wrong way round. I should have realised... I'd actually realised that I'd loaded them all onto one side. So it is quite cool that they've done that. There we go. That one's loaded up. Now if I just inch forward a little bit, he'll close himself auto-magically. I will Right, I will bring you out and over and lower you there. And you are ready to go. Everything else is ready here as well. I don't think we need to be waiting for anything else, so let's go and skip the night. It's a brand new day, ladies and gentlemen. It is a brand new day. And if we take a look out in the field over here, we have got a beautiful crop of oilseed radish out here. It's looking absolutely fantastic. It's not going to show up as fertilized yet because you've got to cultivate the stuff in. So that is going to be our first task of the day. We're also we'll just have a quick look at the chickens over here before we go and get started on that. And we'll see how we're doing with eggs. The eggs are producing rather nicely. We have got, chickens-wise, 100 chickens there that are 25 euros a piece, and we have 100 chickens there that are 1 month old. So these are not yet able to reproduce or produce eggs, so we're not getting anything from them, which means that we're only getting from 100 chickens here at the moment. We do have a capacity of 400. It's actually 399 because we've got a rooster taking up 1 slot. But we have several eggs there already, and I'm hoping that we'll get a lot more eggs. Excuse me. Right. Where are we? Ah, there he is. I wonder where I'd left our torpedo. Here is the Torpedo RX 170. We're going to take this bad boy here, and we're going to go and get the cultivator hooked on. As soon as the cultivator is hooked on, I'm going to go and start running it around the outside edge of the field. There. And this is where a direct drill would obviously be a little bit easier, but I don't feel that we actually need a direct drill. Not at the moment, because we have these options. Although people did say in the comment section when we were having all that disaster with the direct drills that the one that I took out, that should have been able to direct drill, and also the base game one, that one should have been able to direct drill. They couldn't understand why it wasn't direct drilling. So there was something weird going on with that. And I don't know if, I think actually the base game direct drill is, like, it doesn't actually do it now. But I'm not sure about that. See, we could just have a quick look. Yeah. Cedars. It was that one, wasn't it? Yeah. It doesn't actually direct drill, which is weird. Alright, let's get going with this. I will do a pass around the outside edge. And then I will let the hired help take over. Once the hired help has taken over and has done a pass or two, we will immediately get going with the seed drill. That one can start working as well. I do need to keep an eye on the fuel on that seed drill tractor, because otherwise I'm going to end up running out in the field. I really don't want to do that. It would be kind of embarrassing to go and run out halfway around the field. But actually, no, there's no buts at all. What we can do is we can start that one working in the field, and he should be fine to, like, go and just at least start off. And while he's getting started on his work, we can, like, this one will carry on and do the cultivating, and then we can always swap these over after a while. So this one keep going, and then the one with less fuel in the tank can sit. But what we're also going to do is we're going to buy a fuel tank, and we're going to get some fuel delivered to the farm. So I'm going to pick out a fuel tank that allows us to have the delivery made, because I just think that's going to work better. I think that it fits better with the theme of this map. Like, there's no problem with us having some things delivered to the farm. We're not going to be having deliveries made from the dealership, the stuff that we would go and gather ourselves. I've deliberately set the farm... well, I haven't actually set because the farm was here already, but I feel that it's close enough that I don't need to worry about it. The farm is... I deliberately made sure that the farm was close enough to the dealership that we can run up and down fairly easily to it, because that was something that was starting to get quite irritating in the Erlengratt series was the distance we had to travel to get to the dealership. So I didn't want that in this series, and so we don't have that. There's a little bit of a trip. It's not something that you do every single day. It's definitely not something that I want to do every single day, but it does work out quite nicely, I think. So we'll keep running on up here. Like that. There. Right, now I get to that point, and then what I'm going to do here, we'll bring it back round. It's only a little bit of a curve back, so it's like there's a little bit of a piece that sticks out in the middle of the field right there. I'm going to press H right there. Now I'm going to let that run in a straight line up across here. I'm curious what he's going to do. Actually, you know what? I'm going to just bring that back a little bit further to about that point. That's where we're going to go. Let's just reverse slowly so I don't bounce around loads. And I'm also going to go... We're on 10 times speed. I'm going to just nudge that down to 5. There. Right, everything's good so far. In the Boulder Canyon series, the time scale, I used to drop that down to 1 time speed when I was doing harvest and... no, not harvest work. When I was doing grass mowing and when I was doing planting, because otherwise there would be issues with the crop sinking. But we don't need to worry about that in this one. So we're never going to actually have to have it on 1 time speed. Alright, let's just having a drink a minute. And... Right, I'm going to drop you down there, and then let the hired help start from about this point. And I'm hoping that what we'll get is the hired help to carry on across the entire field. Find out in a minute. We will find out in just one moment. So he's going to come around there, it's going to turn, and... what are we going to do on this bit? How are you going to do this? Are you going to be able to cope with this properly or not? So he drops down there, quite a long way out from lined up and straight. But then he sort of goes back over and tries to straighten up again. So he's left a big chunk over there. But I think that's just because of how he was turning round. And he's also left a chunk here, and now he's decided he's finished. Might be helpful if I was to go and do an extra pass or two around the outside edges of this field. I mean, I don't think the rest of it is going to be much of a problem, but I will do another pass along the bottom here, and then I'll do a pass along the top, up the other end. So I'm not actually going to run all the way down the field. I think this is just going to make it a little bit easier for us. Stop the hired help getting quite so confused. When it comes to planting, we should be alright to do what we did last time and just let him plant right to the very edges of the field. At least at the moment, before we've built any fence. I do plan to build a fence. Fencing is something I would like to do around all of our fields. That is on my to-do list. So we'll drop you down. We don't have access to that land, but that's fine. We don't own that land anyway. We're just dropping it down in preparedness. And whiz up through this. So we've got a little tiny strip that I need to head over and do over there. Because we don't have a direct drill, we've got to make sure we cultivate every square inch of this field. Because otherwise, we're going to have bits left over. And then when we go to plant our next crop, it's just not going to work properly. So, lift you out there. Whiz up this way. Drop in again like that. Take that one. And now I can lift out. And he should be good to go on the rest of that bit. So I can just spin round here, like that. And then I can just press H there, and H should carry on. Right, you carry on there, H. And we'll have a look here. And you can see here we're filling in some bits of fertilizer. So there were some big gaps up there. But then down here, if I do that, we're starting to get a lot more. This is... weird the way that the second line of fertilizer is sort of filling in the gaps here, though. There should be mostly fertilizer down through there. But it seems to be leaving more gaps than I would expect. Oh. At least it's doing it. Oh. Are you really going to do that? Are you really going to do that? Alright, I'm going to, before I start planting, I'm going to do the fuel so this one can carry on and do a bit more work. So we're going to go over here. Now, where are we going to put a fuel station? Where are we going to have a refueling point? I guess here. Silos, container. Tools, maybe? Container. Let's see what the container is first. I'll go back to the base. Yeah, right. Okay, so we got these. A tank used for on-farm storage and used to refuel your equipment. And it does have a spanner on the front, which means that we would be able to order fuel from that one. And then, yeah, so you got one side that you can order on and the other side. So this is a small one. It's 5,000 litre tank, and it costs 5,000 euros. I don't really want to spend any more than that on it. It's a water tank. Okay, I don't know what that is. Silo can be filled with different products. Yeah, I don't want that. This is fertilizers and seeds and stuff like that, so you can just go and buy them direct. We don't want that with this particular series. I really like this. It is a very big tank. I don't know where the filling point is. You got the spanner bit at the front. But I should really like this one. To be honest, I'd rather it went that way. It would sort of go like that. We'll do it like this. It's going to have to. And we'll pull it back a little bit from the shed so the water will drop down in behind. 6,500. This is saying 6,524. So it's obviously going to be bringing the ground up a little bit. Now, do I do it that side or do I bring it out? Actually, I think it would be better if we put it over this side. And then it is going to need to be out here. So we've got the order bit is on the inside. We've got the water is running away from it. And then it looks like the fueling station part is up this end. Now, I hope that I've got this right. And that is actually where the fueling is done. The refueling is done up at this end. So we'll bring that one over there. I like this one. I like the look of this one. That's lined up straight just there. So there won't be a lot of water splashing down in front. That will keep it reasonably dry. So you're less likely to have... There'll be a little bit coming down. Unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. A massive thank you to everybody who has earned their way into the Great Book of Names. To find out some more details about all the names coming past, please head into the description and click on the link to the Discord. It's a link to another video. The link is on the other video. Please also consider checking out the links there for Nitrado, who provide gaming servers for games like Farming Simulator, Minecraft, Ark, and several others. And there's also Fanatical, who will help support your gaming habit by providing you with cheap games and also giving me a small commission on anything that you buy using my link. If you've enjoyed this particular video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.